On 8 out of 10 cats, funny girl Sally Phillips, funny boy Alan Carr, and their captain Dave Spikey. And facing them tonight, from number 42, it's Meera Syal. He's in with the IT crowd, Chris O'Dowd, and their captain, John Locke. Now, here's your host, Jimmy Carr.
Welcome to 8 out of 10 Cats, a show about opinion polls, surveys and statistics. Did you know, for example, snails can sleep for 3 years without eating? Of course, at the end of it, they are dead. 200 babies are born worldwide every minute, so if you've just had a baby, whatever, you have a 1 in 10 million chance of being killed by a champagne cork. Good news, let's celebrate. Let's get started. What are you talking about? That's the name of our first round. We've teamed up with a leading polling organisation and they've asked the British nation what stories they've been discussing this week. It's our panellists' job to guess the British public's top 5 most popular talking points. OK, Sean's team, what have the nation been talking about this week?
George Michael, surely.
He was found slumped at Marble Arch roundabout. And to be fair to him, that is a very tough roundabout to get off. I've been at that roundabout just going, oh, sod this. But I think in some ways it's a metaphorical roundabout for him. Yeah. One way, it's to go back to his clean-cut pop image. Another way is to carry on having sex in toilets with strangers, taking loads of drugs. And then the other way is Edgware Road. But, the thing I thought was funny was they said they found some sex toys in his boot. And I thought, that's probably jump leads.
Apparently, though, you know, when they opened up the boot and found the sex toys, the gimp mask and the gay porn, he said he was off to a Lib Dem fundraiser on Hampstead Heath.
He slumped unconscious at the wheel and they couldn't rouse him.
They couldn't rouse him?
They couldn't rouse him.
If that happens, have a cuddle and then try again in half an hour.
I mean, he's sort of following the Pete Doherty school of driving, which is just get in a car and just get nicked. I don't know who the hell insures Pete Doherty. How does he get car insurance?
Well, he said to the police, he said, I'm not that much of a junkie anyway, didn't he? Maybe that's how he got car insurance. Not too much of a junkie.
But the other weird thing about Pete Doherty is he's the fattest heroin addict in the world. What's he cutting it with? Utterly butterly? Right, well, let's have a look and see whether George Michael is in our top 5 most talked about things. Yes, it is. People were talking about George Michael's drug bust. George Michael couldn't believe his luck when a man in uniform walked up to his car, knocked on the window and said, "Excuse me, sir, would you mind blowing into this?" George Michael spent yesterday caged in handcuffs and leather restraints, being brutalised by a police truncheon. He's relaxing at home. What else has the nation been talking about this week?
Fat kids. Sorry, childhood obesity, I meant. Childhood obesity, I meant. Well, they've had this government have had a body appointed and they've been working 31 experts for 18 months. They're saying, well, we don't know what it is, don't know what the causes are, nutrition, exercise. What it is fat, lazy parents. Get off your fat ass and get the kids out playing in the park.
Yeah, down the park with the pedos, that's the best for kids.
I think they should leave the fat kids alone. Why make them do sport if they don't like it? They should do something they like double crisps.
I think we should reintroduce into the country coyotes. Because fat kids travel with fat parents. It's their fault. So you get these herds of dobbers, these fat families, and if we had coyotes picking off the stragglers...
Have you considered a career in politics? It does seem odd that they did a big report into the blindingly obvious.
5 quangos for the obese kids.
5 quangos?
Five
quangos are like 5% fat.
They're going to have health warnings now on crisps. It says, "Oi, fatty, have a banana."
Hasn't McDonald's shut down 25 restaurants this week, didn't they? They shut them down, yeah. But sadly there were some fat people in. They were like, yeah, lock in.
Obese children were not one of the most talked about things this week. Chris, Sean, Meera?
The pay gap between men and women, that they've done some survey that over a working career, a woman will earn £1 million less than a man.
But they're not taking into account all the extra money you make at bingo.
Yeah. Oh, obviously.
There's no point paying us anymore, though, because we would just waste it, wouldn't we?
We would.
Chocolate and see-through
Chocolate.
knickers.
Yeah.
Definitely motivated, aren't we, men and women? I think you've all been paid with money to come on this show. And Meera and I have there's a room full of baby seals at the back that we've been cuddling before we came on. And then the producer came into the dressing room and complimented me for an hour and a half on my frock.
You look lovely.
Thank you.
Do you want to go clubbing later? The baby seals.
Yes, I know, I got that.
It's hardly surprising women earn less with that story in the week about the air hostess. Did you see that story? There's an air hostess on a Virgin flight. A bit of turbulence. She went, "We're all going to die. It's going to crash. We're all going to die." Normally people complain about a lack of information, don't they? You know, no wonder you're on 2 bob and a dozen eggs.
2 bob and a dozen eggs. You really understand women.
What gets me about this report is it's women undermining women because they're basically saying they're picking the wrong jobs and stuff. Because there was actually a woman who said it, Baroness Margaret Prosser, and I quote, she said, "Women in full-time work earn 13% less per hour," or something like that. I'm a bit just there.
Well, one of the things that did come out of the report is the fact that it's the type of jobs that women go into. They're given bad careers advice.
The 5 C's.
The 5 C's, yeah.
What is it? Caring?
Caring,
Clerical.
cashiering.
Cheerleading?
Targets? Is it calling into the X Factor?
Yeah.
It's catering, cleaning, cashiering, clerical work, and caring.
Like nursing. That's a tough job, nurse. Go from pub to pub, take your clothes off. But also, there's a thing, I saw this thing, there's a way women can earn extra money. Did you see this thing at Heathrow Airport? They're giving people, if you work at Heathrow Airport and you find a bomb, you get 50 quid.
Yeah.
And W.H. Smith vouchers.
I believe it's M&S vouchers.
M&S vouchers.
M&S
M&S
vouchers you get.
You can get yourself some new knickers while you shit yourself. You find a bomb in your bag.
Isn't that just their job, though?
Yeah, but they're incentivising them with
Oh, incentivising with gift
as if
vouchers.
you didn't have that, a bomb would go past and you go,
Yes.
no, fuck it. I'm on an hourly rate. What is the point?
You know that thing they say, if you leave your bags unattended, your luggage will be taken away and destroyed. That's the job I want. I imagine there's a big, long room at Heathrow and there's some luggage at the end, and me at the other end with a bazooka. And I'll blow it up, and there's just sun cream and knickers going everywhere. Running through it. I don't want vouchers. I want that job.
Let's have a look and see whether women's pay is one of the most talked about things. Yes, it is. Dave, over to you. What else have the nation been talking about? What do you
Is
think?
it that Lib Dem man? They've got a leader now, haven't they? Ming Campbell. And apparently they voted for him because it'd stop all the sex scandals, which I hope so, because he's 87. And he doesn't even look like he can get it up, let alone stick it in a rent boy. Do you know what I mean? And,
Just think about what you're applauding.
Yeah.
but the thing that gets me is why does he call himself Ming when it's Menzies? And he said that because it's Menzies, it's M-E-N-Z-I-E-S, and he said, oh, in the Celtic language, we don't mention the Z. I'm thinking, well, you're in the English language now. I didn't know we could make our own language up. Do you know what I mean? It's like me saying, oh, well, I'm going to add an E on it and call him Minge.
But the reason they haven't got a vacancy there is because Charles Kennedy had to stand down because he admitted he was a recovering alcoholic. And it only became more apparent was when he found out that his chief advisor was called Lord Razzle. He said, should we discuss foreign policy? Nah, forget it, Charlie. Start spreading the news.
Let's have a look and see whether the Lib Dems are one of the most talked about things this week. Yes, they are. When Ming Campbell was announced as the new leader, Charles Kennedy was the first to toast the news. Although, to be honest, that was just a happy coincidence. OK, fingers on buzzers. What else have people been talking about this week?
There was a small story that David Beckham couldn't do his son's maths homework. His son's 6. That's not maths, that's sums, isn't it? That's just sums. If he's having trouble with sums, he's going to have a problem with problems. proper problems. You know, like if it takes 2 men with 1 bucket 3 days to fill a bath, how long does it take 3 men with 2 buckets? So that's turn the fucking taps on, honestly. Why have they only got 1 bucket? Why have they only got 1 bucket? That's just bad organisation.
Why are 3 men having a bath together? That wasn't one of the big talking points this week. David Beckham was in the news this week because he couldn't help his 6-year-old son with his homework. Beckham said, "I may not be good at maths, but in my defence, I am worth literally hundreds of pounds." Anyone else got any other stories?
Is it the robbery? The robbery's still going on.
Yes.
They've arrested some fella, a car dealer from Kent. But they did say they had some fantastic pictures of him in the paper with a stripper, but there's one where he's drinking out of a shoe. It's great. And you think, you're supposed to be the mastermind, the criminal mastermind, and he's drinking vodka out of a shoe. Yeah, I'm Mr. Big. And they said it was done with military precision. They always say there's military precision, which basically means they all had a watch. They all went, blimey, it's 7:05.
The photo fits were quite ridiculous, weren't they? Did you see those? They disguised the photo fit as policemen. With beard and without beard, did you see?
He looked like the construction worker from the Village People. I was sitting there watching VH1 and I was like... He's with an Indian. Traffic cop.
Well, shall we have a look and see whether the heist was the most talked about thing this week? Yes, it was. The heist was the #1 talking point this week. Once again, police have arrested John Fowler. If found guilty, it'll be the biggest theft by a Fowler since Arthur stole the Christmas Club money. One more thing to guess. Any ideas?
Is it Hamza's son?
Abu Hamza's son is a rapper.
His son is a rapper. Where can I buy these records?
I don't
Does
know.
his dad scratch on them?
Not one of the most talked about things, but it was in the news. OK, you got one more to get. Fingers on buzzers. What else have the nation been talking about?
We think it might be the trial with the Da Vinci Code, where the authors of, is it the Holy Blood and the Holy Grail, are accusing Dan Brown of plagiarism on the historical reference book about Jesus and the Holy Grail.
2 books are from 1982, aren't they? The Holy Book and the Holy Grail, and the judge told the jurors to use that as clues, the 1982. And I'm thinking, well, those of you who haven't read the Da Vinci book, when the killer gets hit over the head with that Betamax video, tosses his hand in that soda stream. I mean, the clues are there, you know.
I have not read the Da Vinci Code. I've read the other one. I've read Holy Blood and Holy Grail. And it's a dope heads conspiracy, paranoid. Like, people sit around going, wow, so, like, Jesus... Well, it's Elvis, right. Oh. Imagine that. And he married, like a hooker or something. And after a while, you just go, this is just ridiculous.
How far did you get in that book before you went, this?
About an eighth.
Let's have a look and see whether the Da Vinci Code is in the top 5. Yes, it is. 45% of people have been discussing the Da Vinci Code court case. The book reveals that in Leonardo da Vinci's painting The Last Supper, the character to the right of Jesus is not a man, but in fact his wife. They can tell that because you can see very clearly she hasn't ordered any chips, but she's eaten most of his. Right at the end of that, I can tell you that Sean, Meera and Chris have 3 points, Dave, Sally and Alan have 2 points. The next round is called The Poll with a Hole. We've looked through hundreds of surveys, past and present, from around the world and unearthed some fascinating facts. Unfortunately, each statistic is missing one salient piece of information, so it's up to our panellists to fill in the gaps. Here's your first question. In the 1940s, 25% of men what?
Had my nan in an Anderson shells.
She flattened some grass, didn't she?
Oh, yes.
Is it 25% of men ate a diet of only powdered egg and weasels?
Weasels?
25% of men who fought for our freedom and our future rights didn't realise 60 years later all the thanks they'd get would be happy slapping and pushing dog shit through the letterbox.
Well, Alan, all I've got to say to that is stop it.
In the 1940s, 25% of men wore knitted swimming trunks. They never had proper swimming trunks in them days. They used to knit them, didn't they? They used to go paddling off the coast of Blackpool and your trunks would be 3 foot behind you. Full of scampi.
It's to do with kind of moral depravity.
We're having affairs?
It's not having an affair. It's, I think, morally worse than that.
Murdered. He said it was worse than having an affair. Just trying... I mean, it might be a bit of a leap.
I think...
Visited hookers.
Correct. That's the right answer. Yes, in the 1940s, 25% of men slept with prostitutes. It sounds bad, but have a look at your gran. Can you blame them? 75% of Russians are afraid of what?
Is it Virginia Woolfsky?
I wish it was.
Well, it's texting. They've got to take their gloves off, haven't they? You ever tried texting with gloves on? You end up trying to say something like, "Hi, how are you?" And you end up saying, "Fuck, it's back at Boost Bob, mate."
Is it KGB?
It's not the KGB, it's related to that.
B&Q.
B&Q is not related to the KGB. They were never...
TBC.
No.
CBeebies.
Correct.
I'm afraid of CBeebies, yeah.
It's one of the emergency services.
The AA.
Is it the police?
Yes, it is the police. Yes, 75% of Russians are afraid of their own police force. The other 25 are missing. Shh, say nothing.
Don't upset the Russians, Jimmy. Don't upset the Russians because they got all the gas. They could phone up Power Gen and they say, "Don't give him any gas." And they'll do it.
You know what the irony will be? They won't be annoyed at the joke, they'll be annoyed at that accent. OK, the average Brit has lost 37 what?
37 hours of their life explaining the internet to an old person.
It's like a big... But what, like an encyclopedia? Yeah. Another cup of tea and a biscuit.
Is it Twixes? I never lost a Twix, it was a guess. Imagine if you'd lost 37 of them, though. You'd stop buying them, wouldn't you? What are you going to have? Mars bar, Twix? I'm not having Twix, keep losing.
I like the way as a badge of honour you said, "I've never lost a Twix."
37 elderly relatives to Errol Shipman.
I'll give you a clue. They're round and shiny, they have a hole in them.
Women?
Are you single by any chance?
CDs is the right answer. Yes, the average Brit has lost 37 CDs. So at the end of that round, it is 4 points for Sean's team and 6 points for Dave's team. And the winner is the name of our final round. I'm going to give the teams a series of opinion polls, and it's up to our teams to buzz in and tell me who or what they think came top. Here is your first one. Most embarrassing thing that can happen to a girl on a night out.
Is it being given a handful of ping-pong balls, shown the stage and said, "Hey, the show's about to start"?
I met a girl in Thailand that could do that. I still won.
Is it shouting out, "I want babies," by mistake?
It's bad on a first date.
That's quite bad, isn't it?
While walking through a hospital.
Is it ending up in a taxi with Darren Day?
That's a taxi ride home. That's a long-term relationship for him.
I reckon it's falling asleep on the submarine and waking up in the Ascension Islands. That's looking through the porthole. That's a bad night.
Is it at the end of the evening when you've gone back to... A whole load of you have gone back to a friend's house and it's all got a bit boring, saying, "Well, we'll shave all our hair off." And then being the only one that does it, but actually not minding because you think that when they feel your hair, they're going to go, all the boys are going to go, "Oh, that's so soft, it feels like a little chick." And then actually, when it's done, your hair is so coarse and rough that it feels like a beard, you know, and you've then got a beard on the back of your head for 4 years, and no one will go out with you. Is it that, or is it being sick in someone's mouth?
I think the thing about people are so shameless now. It's very, very little that can embarrass people. Like a couple of 100 years ago, it'd be like leaving your glove in a gentleman's carriage. Shame.
Is it eating somebody else's donut? I took my wife out and I went and got a place in a cafe and she went and got 2 cups of tea and a Kit Kat and then she carried them back to the table and we sat down there and we were chatting and the guy opposite, right, he got a Kit Kat and he opened it and he ate a piece like that and we both went, So she got his donut he was having. Went like that. And I went, she had some jam on her nose, right? And I went, some jam on her nose. So she went in a bag for a hanky, and her Kit Kat with her. Quite embarrassing.
It's something that might happen to you in a toilet.
Is it toilet paper coming out?
I'll give you that. Yes, the most embarrassing thing that can happen to a girl on a night out is getting toilet paper stuck on her shoe. Next one. Least popular musical instrument.
Is it George Michael's horn?
Is it the haunting sound of the panpipes? You know, when you're shopping and you just hear that... Do, 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 do. Shit, is there anybody left in Peru?
Is it the communal nose flute?
No, but it should be.
It should be.
Is it a kiddie fiddle?
We've got to watch you, haven't we? It's an orchestral instrument.
Oh,
Is it the oboe?
The oboe is 4.
Bassoon.
Bassoon, yes.
Oh, well done. How'd you know that? Who's off the go?
The least popular musical instrument is the bassoon. The word for someone that plays the bassoon is a bassoonist, a word you might use in the sentence, will someone tell that bassoonist to shut the fuck up? OK, best way to be happy.
Is it eat a banana sideways?
Is it to get your own theme tune? So when you're just walking down the street and somebody plays it behind in the background.
It's more of a theme noise.
My granddad used to say, I'm as happy as a dog with a tin dick. Mind you, if he saw a girl he liked, he used to say, I know what she wants, 2 cakes and a bun.
Is it repeatedly shocking yourself in the head with quite powerful electric current?
You do seem very chirpy.
Is it getting to the toilet just on time? Blokes leave it too long, don't they? Because you're trying to find something to read. You're walking like Douglas Beardy, your colon's going to rip, but you can't find anything to read. Oh, Bella! Thank you, John. One with twins separated at birth, found each other 65 years later, wearing the same cardigan.
I think I may have to tell you this one. The best way to be happy is having a genetic propensity towards happiness. Right, that sound tells me it's the end of the round and the end of the show, which means the final scores are 7-all. Everyone's a winner. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you for watching at home. That's it from us. Good night. Hello, I'm Jimmy Carr and I'm announcing my new tour. It's called Jimmy Carr Laughs Funny, because there'll be laughs and it'll be funny, and because I laugh funny. Come and see me. Go to jimmycarr.com for details, you know, dates and tickets and all that kind of thing. You know how to buy tickets. Go and buy some tickets.